everyone. How was lunch? Is this thing on? Okay, cool. Just good? Who's grateful for lunch? Awesome. The event hosts have been amazing, so hospitable. So I flew in from the West Coast. I'm in California, licensed in Washington, Oregon, and Simon and John said, hey, you want to come to New Jersey? I said, yes. Let me ask my wife. Yes, but yes. Gaurav, you going to come on up?
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool. Yeah, make yourself, or you can sit next to me if you want.
Oh, you can switch one over. Are you sitting as well? Doesn't matter, no, I'm good.
Oh, yeah, just the three of us.
Yeah.
I'm going to put Jill under the bus again after her long night, and I don't know Gaurav, so we'll have even more fun.
I'm excited to talk about the fact that you haven't been to New York City.
Yeah, can you believe this? She wanted everyone to know so I could catch more shit for it.
No, I actually think you can help her. Can you get her a reservation
at a
decent,
reservation
like
tonight? No.
Yeah, like literally. Okay.
So we're going to talk a lot about more about relationships later today. So I wanted to go back to the gratitude real quick, though. Everybody want to just stand up for a real quick second, take a stretch? If anybody wants to stand up with us, let's all do a little stand up. Because I need a little energy. I'm an energy person, so. And you all seem like a great group, but I haven't heard a lot from you. So I just wanted everybody to get a little stretch, take a deep breath, say hi to the person around you, check in on them. Yeah. Woo! That feels better, doesn't it? Awesome. Everyone looks super sharp. All right, good. Cool. So get comfortable. Keep eating if you haven't been able to eat. If you need to step out and sell a house, they'll be there when we're done. So just hang on for a bit. So Gaurav, we haven't met. We've heard from Jill a little bit. Would love for you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about where you are and why you do it.
Hi, I'm Gaurav. Can you hear me?
Great.
I'm sorry. Okay. I'm Gaurav Gambhir. I'm from Philadelphia. I don't have as big of a team as what Jill does, but I have a decent-sized team as well. We are also about 60 people and an expansion team of about 18 in South New Jersey. We did about 330 million in volume last year. I think that was a coincidence with the market. I don't think we would do that same thing again this year, obviously. But I think what we have done as a team, we have diversified than just doing buying and selling. We do tons of rentals because Philadelphia is an education and meds, the medical industry. We do a lot of rentals. There's a lot of transitionary people who come and go from Philadelphia, and then many of them stay back. When they stay back, we help them as a first-time home buyer. Then they stay and expand their family. We help them in the suburbs of Philadelphia. There are a lot of people who like to invest, so we have a property management company. We manage about 4,500 units. Obviously, with being in that investment world, we launched a title company, an insurance company, mortgage portion, repair and maintenance company. So I just started expanding in the last 15 years of my career being in real estate. I started my career after graduation as a computer science engineer, and here I am talking about real estate.
I love it.
I have a 10-year-old daughter who I love the most. I want to give her a shout out.
Aw, do we have that recording? Perfect. Awesome. So Gaurav, with so many different types of businesses and diversifying yourself in the business, also having done a really large volume of sales, one thing that you've probably learned is that you can do it, but something you had to rely on or maybe got better at was the foundation of the systems and processes that you use so that you could scale or also expand and contract. Who's had to expand or contract in the last few years in their business? Anybody? Just two hands. Okay, perfect. I'm happy for you all.
Wait, I have something just as an observer.
Jump in, because that's how this is going to go.
No.
Yeah.
I'm watching. So how many of you can see the difference between Gaurav and me?
Yeah.
Gaurav is an operator, right? He's running an operation. Jill is a salesperson, right? However, Jill would never have been able to do what I do without acknowledging what I'm good at, right? This is what I'm good at, and this is not what I'm good at. So it's okay, right? I can do what I'm good at and stay in my lane and allow other people that have a solid background in that to join with me, right? And to help me overcome my shortfalls, fill in my gaps. I think it's so important because the average agent, there's a lot more of me than there are of you. However, right? However, we can all learn, right? Like you can make up a hole,
Yes.
whatever's missing, you can get it. You can buy it, you can hire it, you can fill it in, you can augment, and
So in terms of your team, you're showing that by example. And so when you're developing newer agents or you're helping agents reinvent themselves or improve on themselves in the business, are you also helping them by how you treat other people? So your operations person, how can you lead by example and really show people on your team how to do the same thing and identify their weaknesses and lean into their strengths? How do you teach someone that?
well, I know who everyone is, right? That's not because I'm because of anything that I do. It actually is my superpower, my EQ, right? I know who you are when I meet you, and then I'm you, right? It's how come you list with me. So understanding what my agents want, because they're all different people, and then knowing, right, like some people are wired by money, some people want to win, some people, like whatever your thing is, that's what you have to feed, right, in general. So helping them get where they want to go, they're not as apt to turn over, right? We're super big on encouraging our agents to buy a home. Why are you a renter? Like, it is easier to buy than it is to rent, and we don't talk about it. We did 600 rentals. It's like a dirty little secret, right? But if we sell you an investment property, somebody has to put tenants in it. It might not be my focus. However, like those renters really will buy if you have that script in your wheelhouse in order to convert them and to explain that to them. And like, so aligning yourself with your agents and helping them buy their first home and making sure that that happens is like, it gives them like something that they want, whatever, or adding growth.
Yeah, love that.
I think there are two kind of people in this room. One is someone that wants to serve others by being there and holding their hand, I'm friends with Carly and Seth, that you do things to get to the client directly. Then there's a second group of people that are trying to have real estate as a business, not just as a sales part, but as an organization. I think I fall into that part. When I started my real estate career, my passion wasn't to be an agent. I saw real estate as an avenue of building my career as an organization. That was from day one. I took my broker's classes before I sold a single house. It's just because I felt that you had to have your education to be able to serve person at the highest level. Our industry allows people to have 60 hours or 75 hours of education and help people make the biggest financial decision of their lives. I came from a computer science background where they took me 5 years to allow me to make $50,000 of salary. And I felt to myself that unless I have a real estate degree, how can I present myself as a professional to somebody else? So I did that. While I was working full-time, I took evening classes so I can be a broker. And then I said, okay, now this is a good career path for me. So we have to identify ourselves. I think what Jill was saying as well, that who are we? Are we going to succeed through others? Are we going to succeed by creating a business? And they're both perfectly fine. They're both very profitable. They're both very respectable. But you have to identify yourself. So both of us are sitting here with large teams. Individual agent is also fine because that's how I started as well. And then building a team may not be everybody's passion. There's no right or wrong answer. But you have to find out if you are going to be able to duplicate yourself in providing the value that you need and want to in this market to everybody by being that one person. Either collaborate with people or join hands with people or team up with somebody else, but nobody can succeed alone. And I think that is one big portion that many of our team members don't realize it. And that's why people come to teams if they can build, not everybody as amazing as a single agent. So they can build their own systems and processes, but then sometimes they need the help of somebody else because that's not their passion. I think that's where what we have done in the last 10 plus years of how can we create that automation, that systems, that admin help, the salaries, the CRM, the marketing tools to be able to provide to them.
And then you have to document it all and create an SOP, an operating procedure for every single thing that you do, right? And have it live somewhere so that you don't do the same thing over and over and over again. And that, I think, is hard for the artist, right? The salesperson doesn't really have that. Most of us spend a lot of time having no idea how many deals we do, how much money we spend, or like whatever, or the fact that we should pay our taxes. And so, like, getting a handle on that and realizing that you don't want to be 90 years old throwing somebody in the back of the car showing houses, right? You have, like, there's so many opportunities. We are in real estate, right? But there are opportunities for passive income, right? Owning property, getting involved in title, right? Getting involved in mortgage, insurance, like all of those things that you have to add those. And honestly, maybe everybody doesn't want to be a team. Like, the truth is I used to live in fear that everybody was going to come and steal my business, right? It's been a long time since that, but like the first 10 years of my career, I didn't want to let anybody in because they were going to steal my business. And now, nobody wants my fucking business, right? I work every day, and I don't care how much I have structure and support, because I have a lot of structure, a lot of support, a lot of systems, but I am still standing in the corner fixing your problem, right? And whatever. It's like, choose your battles, but, you know.
Yeah, and on that, how many people in the room have a team, actually operate and have a team? Okay, couple hands. And how many people are on a team? Okay, so a mixed group, right? And some single agents. So in terms of keeping people not just accountable every day, but capable, break down like a daily, what a perfect week looks like for you on the operations side for the real estate component as a team leader, and how you keep people accountable and capable to create success.
So we take a different approach. We've been trying many different models, how that works, but what we have also realized that not everybody wants to do the same thing. The word prospecting has a bad annotation. Nobody wants to talk about prospecting anymore. But sitting and calling your friends is cool for some people. So if there are 5 people in a group that can call somebody in the morning, that's great. Others want to send postcards and market a building because they want to be through the seller side, they want to be in that building. There are people who build their business through open houses. Then there are people who do reverse prospecting. There are people who focus primarily on investments. So we have divided our team into a rental division called Rent Philly, our luxury division called Black Label, our condo specialized division called The Condo Shop, and our team is called TCS Group. So that's how we have identified ourselves and the specialities of people in a group who are a group of people specializing in different divisions or different segmented market, and we come together and we provide one back-end support to be able to provide value to them. And I was talking to Seth, he said, some of the values that a team provides is leverage, it's coaching, is being able to, not just leads, is being able to provide them how to fish. I'm using his words because he was just talking to me. And so teaching them how to fish instead of giving them a fish. I think the same concept exists in all our lives. Either we do it ourselves or we're being held accountable. So we go to each person. Each division has a team leader, and they hold them accountable. We do very specific KPIs. We even know from every agent who joins us what's their favorite chocolate. We also know when they're in a bad mood, what food's going to bring cheer to their face. So we do that kind of a personal relationship so that we know where to meet them, what's going to motivate them, what is their big why. We do I know, and I'm trying to keep it broker agnostic of, it's not a pitch anyway. So I'm with Keller Williams, and then Keller Williams has a program called Career Visioning. Career Visioning is a very deep authentication of a resume and getting to know each other. I use that very, very strongly within our team as well. So that's a 3-hour process before somebody joins a team. We get to know everything, their families, their history, so that we know what is going to motivate them and wake them up in the middle of a winter storm to go and show a home.
I love that.
So I would have to say, we, like, as he just said a lot of good stuff. I'm a salesperson. My team is divided probably similarly. You call them divisions. I put you into pods. And when you start with us, you spend 6 weeks with our sales manager learning how to be, you know, a tiny baby bird. How do I do a contract? How do I do the basics? And then after 6 weeks, you roll into pond 2, where you not only have a mentor for your first 2 deals who's responsible to help you, you have a pod leader. They help you refine that and put into practice, and they're also responsible for your deal doctoring. So when it's important for somebody to step in, I had found that it was crippling. I can't step in for everybody, I'm only one person. So giving them that somebody to bring their issues to, and if that pod leader can't help them, they go to the next pod leader, right? And they roll them up from pod to pod, and then I don't know if anyone here does EOS, which is a system that helped me structure my leadership team, right people, right seats. So we all think, not you probably because you're an operator, but I used to think that operations was you were either, that was how you were, or else you were like me, right? And I've had to kind of learn that there are different types of operations, and that maybe you put people in the wrong seat and you need to move them, or maybe they need to go. However that looks, we have series of meetings, right, for each one of these pod leaders, and then one for all of us as a whole, and with our leadership team, and they happen weekly, and we have like the vision of what we're responsible broken down quarterly. We're running our business like a business. So that initial hiring, when we hire somebody, everybody, just like you guys, we give them a disc, like a test, right? And I'm sure everyone here has taken a personality test at some point. And we try to understand what your motivations are and to help you with that. And the truth is that I think there's the small team, right? You can be a small team and highly effective like a SEAL team, or you can be a big team like me. The middle team is where it becomes tricky, right? Because my husband used to tell me, God, this is great. Real estate has so low overhead. But the truth is I have a huge overhead, right? And so I'm the one, right, as the market is shifting and our numbers are down 20%, right? I have to steer, right, and make sure that we're going to be okay, right? Nobody else does, and so it's a lot of, it's different. It's a lot of responsibility, but I still step in. I step in and I try to fix things for when they really need fixing, and I don't know. I don't even know what
I love that. We're going to wrap this up with just a quick fire, 15, 30 second. What's the number one thing for a new agent or a new team leader to get started in terms of foundational basic systems that can help them scale?
I think anybody can create a system and model. It's very easy. Or you can go steal one or use somebody else's. It's very easy. I think the reason comes out to be deep down inside your heart. Ask yourself, if you're an experienced agent, ask yourself, what am I not doing that somebody else can come in and steal my business? If you're a new agent, ask yourself, what should I be doing to steal the next person's business? Because that's the only way we can get better, or we can try to be number one. The easiest way to become number one is to do whatever the number one is doing, plus a little bit more. So why are we trying to reinvent the wheel? And I tell this to all of our team members as well, that the easiest and the fastest way to succeed is to copy the other person in real estate. There's nothing called plagiarism in legal or in real estate. You can use it at any given time. If they're using postcards, copy it. I've been taking notes from everybody here. I'm going to implement as much as I can. I'm going to call Carly for her newsletter. I'm going to call Seth for his market pulse. Why not? So you should do the same thing. We're all here together as 150, 200 people. Ask each other the same question so that you can go back. And don't try to be someone that you're not. If you're not a good marketing person, stop pretending to be one. If you're not a good salesperson, stop pretending to be one. See where the value is. So write down on a piece of paper, and there's nothing unless and until you write it down. Write it down and then ask yourself, is this who I am? Is this what I'm good at? What you're good at, continue doing it and exemplify it. What you're not good at, stop wasting your time.
Thank you so much. That was a blast.
So
Who loves Gaurav
yeah.
and Jill?
No. Don't do things that don't make you money, right? Is basically
Period.
where it
The end.
is. Like, there's no point. Can you learn how to do most things? Yes. Are you going to be great at it? Probably not, right? Like, I'm a good salesperson because I've, practiced over and over and over, right? But I'm never going to be him. Instead, I have him, right? And he works with me.
I think everybody has a different style and the value they bring to the table.
I think for new agents, all the money's in the follow-up. It's not rocket science, right? My first coach years and years and years ago, he was like, you just outwork the other people, right? Most agents, they come to work, they stand around the front of the office and they complain, right, about the market. And then they go home, or they have lunch. I haven't had lunch in 5 years. Every day at 12 o'clock, the same salad comes. That salad is like nobody ever wants to see that salad, even me. I have like 6 bites and I keep working, right? And I do everything. I have a serious daily routine and I live by a schedule. I don't want to, but otherwise, it doesn't happen.
But she still drinks till 1:30 with her team.
Yeah, so I rarely drink until 1:30 with my team. However, right, it is important. Culture in a team is super important because otherwise you have turnover. And who the hell wants to train new people all the time? And to be honest with you, I like my team. Like, we share the same core values. And I think it's very important. Never leave anything without a task attached to it. So everybody should have a CRM, whatever the hell it is. It doesn't really matter as long as you have one. And having that database with those details, right, that Seth talked about, you should see what my files look like. I know everything, the names of your pets, where you went to school, where you lived, who your girlfriend was, your sexual persuasion, what I can do, what makes it. If you come and speak to me, I will get every single thing out of you, and I put it in that file. And then when I call you up, I can ask about your wife. Like, when we give you a closing gift, we thought about it. We thought about it, and it wasn't a bottle of champagne that you drank and forgot me, right? No, instead I'm finding your building from 100 years ago, and I'm getting a picture of what it looked like before, and I'm sending it to you framed, and it's hanging on the wall in your house. Whatever. Give thought, right, and meaning and feeling to people. And that task, don't send checking in. What the fuck is checking in? If one more of my agents says checking in, I'm like, because that's nothing, right? Instead, when you leave somebody, you need to tell them, so next step is tomorrow morning I'm going to call you, and then call them, right? Next step is, whatever that is, if you leave everything with a task associated, you don't forget people.
Love it. Let's give him a standing applause. Awesome.